You know, I never really thought you'd come back after you left a few years ago. Glad to see you're back, though. I remember right after you left, boy, I went through some withdrawals. Sure is nice having you around again. I'll tell you that much. Make things a lot easier in all this mud. Supposed to be having frozen ground, but instead, a bunch of muck. Hello, folks. Jason Chrisman, Grazing Acres Farm. Probably wondering who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. But that would be Ole Blue. You see, I think it was about 3 years ago, the owner of this farm, since we lease it, was selling her tractor that her husband used when he was alive to manage the farm. Well, it just so happens that the guy I manage cattle for here now purchased the old tractor. And not long after he purchased it, he came and took it back to his farm, which is understandable. It's his tractor, right? But, I was kind of getting used to having her around. Well, it just so happens that we just bought a bunch, I'm talking a bunch, of tubed wet hay, alfalfa hay. And this stuff is extremely heavy. So my hay cart isn't necessarily going to work to move these bales around. So for that reason, the guy I manage for decided to bring back the tractor. Here she is, Ole Blue. I believe it's a 97 or a 98, 7635 New Holland. Big old boy. Very handy to have around. Let's see here. 7635 New Holland. Yep, that's what she is. So, since bringing it back to me, he did a couple things. He put new tires on the front. We had a little bit of a short last time it was here, and the battery kept draining. So far, fingers crossed, knock on my head or wood, everything seems to be working. No short. Battery is starting right up every day. The other issue we had was just a couple weeks ago, we went to the farm that we bought all this tubed hay from, which is less than 2 miles from here. So we took the tractor and a hay wagon, which the guy I managed for recently brought me a hay wagon. And we took the hay wagon hooked to the tractor. We took his truck with his trailer that he brought the tractor down on, and we spent the whole day hauling bales of hay over here. And you can see them now clear down there. That makes it easier for me to get them back to the herd, which is towards the back of the farm, instead of coming clear up front here, grabbing the bales and then hauling them back. So we unloaded them right there, kind of a central point on the farm. But while doing this moving of hay, we had a little issue. These wet bales, they're extremely heavy. Some of the tubes that I was cutting open while he was loading had water pouring out of them. Just so we could continue moving the hay, we put this spear on back here. We took the spear off of the attachment and put it on here. Now that particular spear is only rated for 1,800 pounds. This one's rated for 3,500 pounds. A lot more comfortable with this moving the wet bales than that. So for about 5 days I had this one mounted up here, and I was very gentle about moving the hay because I didn't want to break it and be up, shit creek. It's no fun to be up shit creek. So before ordering this one, I bought one on Amazon. It's supposed to be the cat's meow. They're saying it's rated for 4,600 pounds. I'm like, wow, that ought to be way more than enough weight for what we need. So I bought it. About 5 days later, it shows up. I throw it on here, all excited. Go to move some hay. The very first bale I lift, the damn spear bends. So I finished feeding that night, which was 3 bales, and went home, got back online, and started doing research for more spears. I went to TSC and Royal King's site, see what they carried. Royal King carries something called, I believe, the King Cutter 2. So, you know, we was in town the next day, so we decided to stop there first before going to TSC. Kind of like Royal King a little bit better just because they have more to offer in their store. And, yeah. So, I go in there and I throw the King Cutter in my cart, and I find somebody that works there. I said, yeah, could you tell me what's this rated for? He said, should say on the box. I said, yeah, it doesn't. So he pulled out his little handy dandy computer gadget, and he goes online. He says, yeah, it doesn't say what it's rated for. Yeah, I'm not a gambling man at this point. So I took that out of my cart, put it back, went to TSC to see what they had, and they only had one, this particular one you're looking at, which is made by Ag Mate. 3,500 pounds is what it's supposed to be rated for. Now this spear here, like I said, is the same one that broke. It's also the same one that's over there on my hay cart. So after a couple minutes of digging around, look what I found. The spear with the nut end broke off. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I can't leave it here. So we'll throw it back in the tractor and take it back to the front of the farm. Just so happens that this spear here that broke seems to be the same kind that I just installed on the tractor. So I hope the new one holds up. BPT, BPT. Oh crap. Hope it works. But it happens to be the same kind of spear that's already on there, so that's kind of a concern. The only thing that makes me feel a little bit possibly better is the fact that the same spear, the sleeve that was on here, and this is what I'm calling the sleeve, the spear just pushes into there, then you put a nut on the back side. The old sleeve that was on here didn't really fit this spear. When I had it shoved in all the way, I could come out here to the end and I could lift it 3-4 inches and it would just wobble back and forth. So just in the last couple days, hired a welder. He cut the old one off, welded the new one on, putting 3 bands of weld on each side. And when I got the tractor back, this spear over here was broke off and bent into a U. I don't know what happened since it was here last, but obviously it got snagged on something. It bent it and it broke the weld and popped it off. So I had the welder straighten that one out, put that one back on, attach this sleeve, and dress up this one over here so it wouldn't come off. So right now I feel pretty good about it. It's taken a few days to get where I feel good about it. I know I'm really glad to have it back, fixed, welded, all put back on the tractor. Now this wet hay we're buying, like I said, it's less than a couple miles from here. I think we got over, what'd he tell me, over 400 bales over there. So I think the plan is to leave some of the tubes completely tubed until next winter. Or at least that's how I was informed last. We'll see if it stays that way. We got Ole Blue back on the farm. How long will she be here? Hell, I don't know. Will she be here next winter? Well, my thoughts are, if we're going to leave some tubed hay over at the other farm, she'll at least come back next winter if she doesn't spend the whole summer here. Time will tell. I know it's nice to have Blue around when I need her. Sure makes moving the hay a lot easier on these muddy mornings. So what I'd like to do now, invite you to subscribe to my channel so you can get videos as I release them. And to do so, you need to click on the little subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notified when new videos come out, And yeah, I'd be appreciative. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please throw me a thumbs up. That'll help boost it in the YouTube search ranks and make it easier for other cattlemen, grazers to find.